Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter
443.
It is the third day of the week, aka the Spirit Bomb workout. Feeling very good right now, very excited for this workout. But anyways, to the main subject matter for today. Car accidents. So the main reason why I want to discuss this is because, as you could imagine, I got into a car accident the other day. Unfortunately, I got rear-ended. Fun stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about it because this is one of the, I wouldn't say few accidents that have happened in my life, but I have an interesting story of at least, they're all very interesting stories of how these things happen. They're not necessarily great stories, but they are stories nonetheless. But after this last one, and currently dealing with the aftermath of it, which has been very annoying, hopefully I give an update in the voiceover, but it's something that has just been something to deal with, something inconvenience, and I wanted to talk about that because this would happen to me on my way to work. Right after I went to work, which was just a mind-boggling type of thing, but we'll get into that when we get into the voiceover. But for now, I'll say this: car accidents suck, regardless of whether you're to blame or you're getting fucked over. Obviously, I think that it just sucks in general. I like, hopefully you aren't fucked up from it. That's like the best that you can hope for, really. And thankfully, I'm not that fucked up. My neck hurts a little bit, but I'm fine. After all of that neck training that I do, basically, it made it so it was like sore for a day, and now it's fine, which is perfect, honestly. I could see how if I wasn't neck training, this would fuck people up. But we'll get into that. With that being said, though, we'll get into details about this particular story and some other stories in the previous past and a few other things when we get to Mother Base.
Alright, so started this day off with AD press, which was pretty good. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. Car crashes or car accidents. So the main reason why I want to discuss this is when this video happened, I believe the day before, I had gotten into a car crash. A person had rear-ended me, which was fucking annoying for a lot of different reasons. It wasn't the first time I've been rear-ended, and it wasn't the first time in that same car, which made it even worse. But anyways, I was on the way to work. There was construction happening. Then all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there listening to the Deadlock podcast as I'm listening to wrestling stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, right behind me, fucking got annihilated. Pretty rough ever since then. Thankfully, the car has been fixed. It was a lot of damage. It was 15K worth of damage. So it was a lot of fucking damage. It wasn't anything simple. A lot of shit had to be replaced, basically. And hopefully that's the last of it. But this isn't the first time I've been rear-ended. That's the thing that kind of sucks. The last time that happened, I was on my way to IKEA when all of a sudden I got rear-ended and hit the car in front of me, and it fucking sucked. That one was because the person behind me had a medical incident. This last time, the person was just incompetent. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go disparaging this person anymore, but let's just say I have personal thoughts that I'll just keep to myself. But still, it's just annoying regardless. The other time, though, a medical incident, I can't even necessarily be that angry. It still sucked, though. But in both times, they have been in times where I have done neck training, which is nice because my neck hurt like crazy later in the day. I realized, oh fuck, I got whiplash, and it really sucked. I was like, oh my god. If I didn't know what neck pain was like, or have what it's like to have a sore neck, I would have been fucking freaking out. So the next day I was like, all right, how is it? Not that bad. So I ended up, by this day, the day after the accident happened, I was actually back to basically 80%. So because of that, I didn't have to really worry about my neck, but that I am very, very thankful I work my neck out, because that has saved me now 2 times from having to deal with any repercussions of it. This second time was worse because that pain on that same day was really bad. It was super sore. Like, I haven't felt a soreness like that in years of training neck. Like, I'm talking about, like, it's been a while since I felt like something like that, but now I knew what that felt like, so I wasn't freaking out. But I could see how, if you don't train your neck, or you're just like a regular Joe Schmo, you would be freaking the fuck out. It would make total sense. And I could see how that pain could last for days or weeks even. I could see that immediately. Thankfully, because I trained my neck, it was fine. So please, for the love of God, train your neck. That is the number one thing I would say. It could literally save your life, and or a bunch of other shit. So then that way you don't have to deal with the consequences later, like I did. Now, the other issue that happened with this entire car accident was insurance, because insurance is always annoying, but at the same time, it was all taken care of at the end of the day. I don't want to go too into insurance because it will be its own episode some other day. I think the biggest thing that sucked about that accident was that it was on the way to work. And then I still had to go to work right after. There was no getting out of it. There was no going home. There was no just being like, my neck. Because at the moment, my neck didn't hurt at all. It took the entire day for it to actually start hurting, which sucked. But it was a very annoying thing. I was like, holy shit. That was the most annoying part about it, was the fact that I had to go and be miserable at a fucking desk and try to figure out some shit on the side of actually doing my job, and then being like, oh yeah, I got into a car accident. Let me go call some people and, do all the insurance stuff as my car is sitting in the garage, just in a terrible state with God knows what's happening and possibly cracking or whatever. And it's just such a bummer. And it's like, in both accidents, I remember just feeling so like I just want to just go home and do nothing, kind of just let the day, just restart the day. It's a very odd feeling, because I think there aren't many other things where you'd feel like that, I think, where you just say, fuck it, this day is truly a wash, next. You just don't want to do anything, and it sucks. The biggest thing that I've learned from this is something that I think I should have been doing from a long time ago, and that is get a dash cam. Now, of course, thankfully, this didn't become that much of an issue in this case, but a dash cam is very useful, especially nowadays. I've seen way too many videos of people getting fucked over by people doing insurance fraud or just horrible driving where they get fucked over because they just happen to be behind the other person. And it sucks when that type of shit happens, because then it's like he said, she said type of shit, which is the most annoying type of stuff. So if anything, please, for the love of God, get a dash cam.
Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped, also none. Got everything in, thankfully. But anyways, to the main subject matter for today. Car accidents. Now, the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, of course, it happened to me. But also, whilst it happened to me, or a little bit after, I realized, wow, this sucks. And there's nothing quite like the feeling of having to not only deal with that, but that feeling of just shitty afterwards. There's like a lull in your life where you're just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to just not just like go home or go take care of this now, even though it's not as simple as just getting it to a place quickly. It's more of a process, of course. So it's very annoying having to deal with all of that and having that loom over your head. Also making sure that you're good, especially if you are in a super serious one where you aren't okay and you have to deal with this all of a sudden, injury that you didn't expect. Like I said before, I did have a little bit of whiplash, but at the same time, because I trained my neck, I was fine. I was literally, it hurt yesterday and then I'm fine today. So no harm, no foul, really. I could understand how somebody who doesn't train neck at all would probably be like fucking in pain for like weeks. I understand that. So I'm not necessarily discrediting that, but more so just saying, hey, train your neck. But it is something that just sucks, because now it puts a cloud on everything else. Like I have to do certain things and like make plans and get my car fixed and all this other shit that I wasn't expecting to do. I thought this week was going to be boring as fuck. It was going to be very simple, an easy thing. But now all of a sudden I have to do a bunch of shit that I wasn't expecting. And now things have just kind of shifted to where plans are kind of now a little bit off kilter, just because now I'm down a car, and a bunch of shit like that where you just don't expect it. And particularly the day that it happens, it was like going to work. It's like getting slapped in the face knowing that, hey, you got to go earn money so then that way you can keep this shit. And it's kind of annoying because it's like, I understand I probably could have gotten away with going home right at that moment. I probably could have just like bullshitted my way out of it. But then I know it's like, what am I going to lose a day of work over this shit? But it's also just annoying because I shouldn't have even had to deal with this in the first fucking place. But it is what it is. It happens. it happens. And there's always dedicated channels to it. And I will say this, if you have the opportunity to get a dash cam, for the love of God. There are too many fucking videos on the internet of people having dash cams and being thankful that they have the dash cams, because if the other people are trying to fuck them, or they don't have insurance, which is a whole other discussion. We'll talk about auto insurance in a different episode, but it's a very worthwhile investment. I don't think anybody has been like, man, I regret getting this dash cam. I don't think anybody has ever said that realistically. Oh, unless they are the offender, in which case, come on, brother. You fucked up. You got video evidence of you fucking up, so that's on you. But anyways, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. If you have a specific memory that you have of a possible accident or seeing it in person, because that's happened too. Hopefully I've talked about those in this video, but if those have happened, please let me know in your comment section down below. Or if you haven't had to deal with it at all, good luck, lucky you, for real. And I don't mean that pedantically, for the love of God. That is actually honestly great. So please let me know your thoughts and opinions in this, or stories, in the comment section down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Keep it heavy, stay safe out there, and stay warm. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.